good afternoon.
Hi.
So, perhaps we firstly start off with the purpose of this discussion is to have a chat about the C3 program and for you to give us some feedback and for us to give you some feedback on your first assignment. And given that you were ranked very highly out of everyone who did the assignment at number 3. So before we get into that though, perhaps if you could let us know who you guys are and your backgrounds.
Sure. So we are from Minow Designs. We
Yep.
make children's products for children to help make play easier for parents and more fun for kids. Lorraine is is a fashion designer. Did you want to talk a bit about your background?
Yep, so I'm a fashion designer with over 10 years experience working for large retailers. I actually lived in Hong Kong for 4 years and have lots of experience with manufacturing in China and production.
And I spent 15 years in corporate consumer goods marketing roles, so we've got quite complementary skill sets. And about 3 years ago, we were at the beach with our kids and found this niche in wetsuit shoes for toddlers that no one was doing. We've had some recent success within the Australian Chinese community, and we're just exploring ways to potentially capitalise on that opportunity.
So today, most of your sales are in Australia, are they?
Yeah. So
Right,
we've got some sales in the US, but our fastest growing, most profitable, and now largest in terms of revenue are actually from Chinese consumers
Right.
in Australia and Singapore.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we'll come back to that. You're obviously an incorporated company and you are selling in Australia, and you because of the Chinese consumers in Australia consuming your products, that then has led you to the logic that you'll try and sell it to Chinese in China.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay, right. So my feedback on your assignment it was quite brief, because it seemed to me that you already had answered a lot of the questions pretty well. In particular, I thought your analysis of your competition and your market was reasonable. The only thing that didn't give me a feel for, though, was the size of the market. Is this a sort of a $100,000 a year market, or is it $100 million a year in a place like China? Have you got,
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just about to answer that question for you.
Yeah, fine.
The Chinese footwear market for children is worth $11 billion.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's growing at 48%, which is, if you put that in the context of the rest of the market, is sitting at about 4% globally. So it's and with the introduction of the two-child policy, it's
Yeah, and the particular footwear. Obviously, for Chinese mothers in Australia, then it relates to the lifestyle here. That every kid gets to learn to swim really early in their life, but and I can see how that probably works also in a province like Guangdong province, because even my family there learned to swim pretty early on. But is this applicable although in northern China, or is the use case the water sort of side case?
Yeah, so that's actually one of our questions, and one of the reasons that we decided to join the program before we went ahead and blundered our way into a potential distribution agreement without fully exploring the market opportunity. We know that there is appeal amongst Chinese Australian mums here and mums in Singapore, where they're close to the beach and have that lifestyle. We're yet to fully understand how, which provinces this will fit with, what the market opportunity is. We do know that there are a lot of mums that are buying them exclusively for indoor use. So they're machine washable, they're very comfortable, they're very soft. So they're using them, they're non-slips, they're using them indoors for their children. That's potentially there. And there's also potential opportunity with our new product development. So but the short answer, short answer is we're not entirely sure.
Okay, cool. And when you mentioned in one of your responses that what you mentioned earlier in this discussion and in one of your written responses that you're being sort of pulled through by WeChat sellers, are we talking there about basically Australian mums WeChat groups? Okay.
Yeah. Isn't it? So they have approached us, and they buy in bulk and then they promote it on their groups. So
very simple, very easy model, very easy to deal with. We love them, so we want to do more of it.
And have you been approached at all by Daigou at all? For in other words, people who want to send the stuff to China, have they approached you yet?
We're not completely sure, are we? We've
right. There could be part of the WeChat buyers already sending it to China, right?
We haven't seen the product in say Tmall, but we have seen it on Taobao, and not extensively. So as yet,
Okay, rightio. So then moving on to this program, the C3. Why you're obviously putting in a fair bit of effort. Is this China expansion therefore a priority of your company at the moment? Is that, I presume that's why you're putting in the effort?
Yeah, certainly understanding what the opportunity is, and we feel like Haymarket HQ, we've recently joined Haymarket HQ, and the C3 Challenge are a great way to explore what that looks like.
Oh, cool. And what do you like about this C3 thing so far? In other words, you already have done a lot of the work. I don't think we've added terribly much value, but so.
Absolutely. The content it has just blown me away. It's been fantastic.
Right. Oh, good. Oh, well, I'm glad you appreciate it. So you think the content is pretty reasonable?
Yeah. So we recently provided feedback on the program. The content is so good. There is no way that we would have had insight into some of the businesses. So the case studies are fantastic. The quality of the experts. We're a small business. We wouldn't ordinarily access to the quality of the experts in the program. So we feel really we're getting a lot of value, and we feel really lucky to be participating. And we figure if you're going to commit, you might as well commit. So that's why we're making sure we.
Cool. And how can we improve it? What have we done wrong?
The one bit of feedback that I did, the one bit of feedback that I did supply was that the 3 days is not long enough to get that assignment back, because there's two of us in business. We've both got to go through the materials around our kids. So we were like, even if it's just Friday afternoon, like that would be, just give us a week to get it.
Okay. Yeah, I think Victoria's addressing that problem. We're removing the limit on when you get it back.
I think having a deadline's great though. I want your feedback. So we want to be that top 50. We want to know how we're tracking. Having a deadline gives us a deadline. As you know, without a deadline, nothing gets done. So a deadline is great. It's just we just need an extra day or two. Would be amazing.
Okay. Well, I think we're addressing that problem. And finally, if I asked you for a net promoter score, what would you give us?
10. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a free program, and like I say, the quality of that content for us to go out and find that would be hundreds of hours to it would be thousands. We'd be paying the likes of these specialists tens of thousands of dollars for this. Okay, cool. We're really happy.
Cool. Okay, well, I hope to mark your next assignment and get that back to you in the next few days, and let's see how you go. And thank you very much for doing this interview. Last point is, how do people find you? Like, have you got a website or something?
Yeah, so our website is minowdesigns.co, and they can find out more information about us and our products there.
Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.